Hey, it's Sunday morning and I'm not working on anything because it's Labor Day weekend and I deserve to have a day off, right? Tomorrow, even on Labor Day, I'll probably come in out here and do some tinkering and stuff like that, or some welding. But today's video is something important to you, honestly from young, but most of my audience is 40 years and up, all right? Some of you guys, even the old farts like me, we relate. By the way, Fred, still got your hat. God bless you, man, in Canada. I just got off the phone with a wonderful guy named Pete, lives in Pennsylvania. We talked about stump grinding stuff, but he brought up something that this video is about today that I was going to do anyway. It's about diabetes. All right, so a year ago, I don't want to bore you too much, it was so hot in the summer to where I wasn't eating dinner, and I would just I would come home, get a big glass, and with ice in it, and have either sweet tea or Coke or Pepsi, and that's what I did. I didn't eat dinner. I wasn't hungry. We ate lunch, and I was too hot, sweating all day, whatever. But about the same time, a few months later, I go to the doctor for a yearly physical, and they do your blood work. And there's a deal called A1C. My A1C used to be 6, borderline 5 point something and 6. Well, I get a phone call a week after my physical, and the doctor goes, hey, your blood work came back. You got to come in. So I'm all right. So, no, you got to come in. So I go in to see the doc. Doc tells me, you're type 2 diabetic. You got diabetes. I said, what? No, I explained to him I'm doing that or whatever. He said, no. You were borderline before, at the 6, you're at 12, so you are diabetic. I said, so I gotta take shots or whatever? No, you're type 2, so you gotta take medication. So all right, so this medication he gave me is called metformin. I'm not gonna get into what metformin is and stuff. What I will tell you about it, if someone's about to get on it or if you're on it, for me, I'm supposed to take it at dinner, and then later on, the next day, the next meal, I'm supposed to take it. Twice a day, basically. I took the evening one. I couldn't take the morning one because, honestly, by 11 o'clock or 10:30, my son was driving a truck. I'd almost have to jump out of the truck before I crapped in my pants.
Richard, is there something you want to say? You look like you want to get something out, son. My God!
That's one of the side effects of the medication. So if I took it at night, in the morning, I had no problem going to the restroom. So I don't take mine. So don't follow me. You talk to your doc. I'm just telling you about what happened with me. So I cut back on the Pepsi, cut back on the Coke, cut back on the sweet tea and stuff. And the doc told me, he says, so I'm not allowed to have it. It's not really, no. So I had Lipton's cold brew tea. You make your own. And I put some lemon in it because I couldn't put sugar in it. And it worked for me, all right? I wouldn't get the caffeine withdrawal headaches. And your body just feels like it's going through, I'm just going to tell you, just as bad as there's heroin addicts and there's, meth heads, all that. And that was my job with the fire department, busting meth labs and drug labs and dealing with chemicals. I was what's known as a street chemist. So I did it. I backed off of everything and I made it. I went back to the doctor a few months later. He does a test. He goes, hey, how did you do this? You're below a 6. I said, well, took your advice, did the tea thing. The tea sucked. I won't lie to you. I had to put lemon in it. It made it go through. But there's a couple of things I want to get across here. You really need to pay attention. The soda companies, pop companies, soda companies, each part of the country calls it something different. Let's say Coke and Pepsi. They also control our fast food restaurants, all right? If you'll know which one is in with who, when you go to their fountain, if it says Coke, like McDonald's, Coke and McDonald's, all right? You go to what? Taco Bell, it's Pepsi. So you'll know by that. Anyway, I'm a recovering, I feel like I'm at AA. I'm a recovering Pepsaholic. I said it, I'm here, I confess. So, originally, I don't know if you know it, Coke, in the late, I don't give you the year or anything, in the 1800s had cocaine in it.
If you'd heard that Coca-Cola once contained cocaine, you heard it right. In fact, cocaine was one of the two major ingredients in the beverage, apart from caffeine. The first half of the drink's name was inspired by this drug, while the rest of it was taken from the cola nut that was the source of caffeine. Pemberton, who invented the formula, had actually meant to introduce the drink as an alternative to morphine. He had been suffering from a wound he received at the Battle of Columbus and had become addicted to the medicine. Cocaine was considered to be a less harmful substance, and it gained popularity when people became addicted to it instead.
Right? And it was for medical purposes at first. And since a lot of people watch this channel are older, 40 years old and older, you probably remember when Coke came in bottles and Pepsi came in bottles and they were, I think, 8 to 10 fluid ounces. Then it went to 12-ounce cans. And then, they went to bigger and bigger and bigger or whatever. And now you go to a convenience store, you get the small, the medium, the large, the extra large styrofoam thing. So we are consuming tremendous amount of Coke and Pepsi products as human beings, all around the world. Don't get me wrong, I like to have a good hit now of one, on a weekend, and that's it, And it's very hard to break. So how I break it is, my son's been great to me. He encourages me when we go out to lunch and we're working. I'll go to the fountain drink, I'll fill it full of ice, just telling you some tricks. Put the water in, press the button for the water, and then whatever's there that I add some color to it. Tap, or press the button. I just add some color, that's it. Doesn't feel like I'm just drinking water alone, and I feel like I'm cheating. It's a mental deal, and it helps me get through it. I've lost 40-something pounds in the last year. I gained back about 4 this summer. It's so hot this summer that I was drinking Gatorade, but, well, before you jump on me and say Gatorade is just bad, it is. But for the electrolytes, what I did was, same thing, I had my big mug or container of ice water. I'd take a bottle of Gatorade and just put a dash of color in it. That's all I did. And it helped me not cramp up this summer. Working heat indexes over 110 degrees, all right? If you're a young guy watching this, you want to turn off, whatever. I'm just telling you this. If you drink 1 to 2 Pepsis or Cokes, your entire lifetime, it will catch up with you, all right? It's just something that, a year ago in the national news, there was a blip that we're gonna have a major medical report about the effects of soda.
Whatever you call it, how much do you actually know about it? Half of Americans say they have a soft drink multiple times a week, but how much sugar does an average can of soda contain?
30 grams, 15 grams, I don't know.
The answer is 32 grams. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams of sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. Over time, the excess sugar is turned into fat in your liver, which can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Next question, can soda affect your mind?
Caffeine acts like a stimulant, so it's pretty much like taking speed.
A study out of Australia found those who consume 16 ounces of soda per day were 60% more likely of having depression, stress-related problems, and even suicidal thoughts. And just by consuming 1 to 2 cans a day can increase your risk for diabetes by 26%.
I waited that night eating dinner for it to come on. It never came on. It got off the air. So they have a lot of power. All right, so some of you that are drinking diet soda, hell, I'm not drinking that. I'm drinking diet soda. Diet soda is just as bad. It has aspartame in it. All right, regular sodas. Let me tell you something about Mexican people, the real Mexican workers. They drink Coca-Cola that has pure cane sugar in it. They don't drink the stuff we drink. They'll go to Mexican supermarkets or Spanish supermarkets, and that's what they'll drink. They don't like the taste of our regular soda. All right. So I know because they throw me one and I drank it and I go, hey, it tastes different. And once you start cutting off of Pepsi and Coke or sodas in general, and if you have another drink of one later, it will taste totally different to you. It'll taste funny to you, all right? Now, the effects of having 1 or 2 sodas a day, well, it's just 1 or 2. It also depends what you're drinking, how big the volume is of you drinking of it, right? So, make a couple of notes here. Soda, 1 to 2 sodas a day increases heart disease, your chances of a heart attack. Also, type 2 diabetes. Got it. Diet soda increases production of free radicals. I'm not going to go into the chemistry of what that is, all right? But what that does is diet soda will damage your kidneys. Large soda consumption of either one leads to a fatty liver. So, also there's a chemical in it. Don't believe me? Turn the can around. Go to the ingredients. There's some magic ingredients in there. Phosphoric acid. It goes after your bones, long term. All right? So that's the chemical effects of drinking soda. Pop. Now, I'm going to challenge you to something. All right? Here's my challenge. It's September 1st. I'm going to a high school reunion in November. Probably give myself 8 weeks. 8 weeks, I want to lose 9 more pounds. So I will be, right now I'm 219. I want to be 210 pounds. It's going to be a tough road, but I'm going to cut back. All right. Not just soda, but sugary things. I dream of Oreos at night. Haven't had them in a year. And it pays off. All right, so everything in moderation. So if I do have a soda or something like that or something sugary, I'm going to treat myself on the weekend with my wife when we go out to eat on Sunday. And we'll see what happens. I already exercise every morning. I can't run, all right, but I can do a stationary bike. I can't run because I got a steel rod in my leg. All right, I got a steel cage in my neck. Broke my neck years ago in a house fire. So I still exercise every day. I'm also going to put a link. I'm going to put some links up here. If you don't like what I'm talking about, turn me off. I'm going to put some links up here. There's 2 calculators. There's a calculator site that I need you to look at. I don't know who in the government came up with this, all right? Because on these 2 different calculators, let me look here. One is body fat calculator. How much body fat's in me, all right? My waist size is 36, 219. And my neck size is like 18, all right? So, according to that, I'm 16.3%. Now, to be athletic, good, is 14, 18. So I'm good there. Still got some guns, still good. But I go to the other calculator, which is BMI. It's body mass indicator. I'm obese class 1. 219, 5'11" on a good day, 5'10.5" at the end of the day. I'm class 1 obese. I'm a fat, you know what?
Fat bastard.
I should be, it says here, I'm 219, it says I should be 176.7 pounds. Well, got no problem with that government deal. When I was a fighter and I was 23, 24 years old, I was a cruiserweight. I'd fight heavy or cruiser, heavy in the amateurs. I weighed, the lowest I could burn myself down to was 191 pounds. In the fire service, when I was, probably early 30s, got myself down to 187, and everybody thought I had AIDS. All right? So, I don't look good at that weight.
I've lost 180 pounds. Congratulations, baby. Thank you. I do have a little bit of excess skin, though. Bit of a problem here, yeah.
I'm just telling you, I don't. I don't believe that one. I like the other one better. But you go to the chart and you figure out. Because if you go to the BMI one, there's 3 different reports of different times, different years that these different doctors came up with these deals, all right? I think according to the military scale, the way they use, I'm still all right. I'm at 16. So I know I'm old, I'm 63. But I'm still weight-wise or strength-wise, push-up-wise or whatever, that I could still be functioning in the military.
The fact, Jack! That's a fact, Jack!
God, some of these doctors that come up with this. You know what? The doctor I'm talking to about my diabetes, this is the ironic thing. He's talking to me and I'm skinnier than he is. And then he's asking me how I got my numbers down.
Had for lunch, exactly.
I had a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
Steak sandwich.
Hey, shit, you rotten ass son of a bitch!
Sisters?
The doc's asking me for advice. So, you can do it, all right? How this all really started me thinking, and I put it on the back burner because I told you I was a Pepsi-holic, I'm not lying to you, was I went to a fabricating shop. The guy built custom trailers. And I'm there, and the Pepsi guy was there rolling out the machine, the vending machine, soda machine. And the guy looks at me and there's cases of soda on the side. He says, you want some, take it, it's free. I said, well, what are you doing that for? He said, I quit drinking that stuff 30 days ago. I can move around now. I felt like I had arthritis so bad in my bones to where I thought I was gonna die. I quit drinking that crap. I can move around, I can work all day and all like that. And that is the truth. A year ago, I felt so bad. I felt like I had rust all over my body.
Walk again. Oh, oil my arms, please. Oil my elbows.
Did that hurt?
No, it feels wonderful.
Inflammation, that's what it was. And I even talked to the doctor about it. Well, you know, you're getting arthritis, you're getting old or whatever. No, when I cut back and basically quit the soda stuff, I don't have that anymore. I'm not popping Aleve or ibuprofen like crazy. Yes, I do take them at the end of the day, one or so, due to my joints that I had, surgeries in, I'm being honest, or I'm out here working real hard, so. Anyway, it's the truth about it. There's one more thing I need to tell you about. Don't kill me for this. I don't talk politics, but there was a guy running for independent, and it's RFK from the Kennedy family, right? So he's not running anymore as an independent, and he's with Trump and all. But there's some stuff he's saying. Even one of my guys at the gym, that is, he has 2 degrees, one in chemistry also, and a petroleum engineering degree. He said, guy's crazy, blah, 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 blah. But there's one thing the guy's talking about, RFK. He's talking about the foods we eat. You guys in Europe, around the world, your foods are a lot better than ours. Ours, instead of sugar, we use high fructose corn syrup in it. And there's adverse effects to it too, all right? So it's in all the sodas. It is in all the sodas, all right? So the RFK guy was talking about the foods and the chemicals that are in our foods and how, this guy's in with this guy and this guy's in with this guy. And a lot of people say, oh, he's nuts, he's a Looney Tune, whatever. But you know what? On this subject matter, I don't know what his stances are and other stuff. On this subject matter about food, what we consume, he's on point. They don't want you to know. You know, as an old chemical guy, you know how they say you take a can of Coca-Cola, pour it on battery posts to clean them off, or you pour it in the toilet, you clean the toilet. Phosphoric acid, citric acid. If you look all in that thing, you wonder how you don't drink a can and fall over. But boy, it tastes good, doesn't it? Anyway, long story short, the chemical guy is going to tell you this. In your life, try to stay neutral, right? pH scales 1 to 14, 7's neutral. Try to stay neutral as much as you can. Try to avoid as much sugar as you can. We are consuming almost our entire calorie count a day that we're supposed to have, like 2,000 or whatever, in liquid form. So if you could just cut back on your liquid form of calories, cut back. If you gotta drink the soda, drink the small cans, not the big ones. Wean yourself off that way. Have 2 cans, one in the morning and one in the evening. That equals 1 can. So now you're down to 1 can basically, right? Those mini cans. And then try to wean yourself down from that. I know it's very hard. People don't want to talk about the addiction of soda. And please cut your kids back on it. You wonder why your kid's bouncing off the wall? Or, you know, just being honest. I'm like a crackhead on Coke. I'm being honest with you. Someone has to be, and you know what? This video is probably going to get banned or YouTube won't push it around. So if you've got family members or something, push it around to them. Let them know what the effects of soda really can be, all right? Let's get ourselves to where we're a nation of people that don't pop in a lot of pills. Let's clean ourselves up naturally a little more. I'm not the health food nut. I'm trying to eat better, all right? Just one step at a time. God bless you. Thanks for hanging around for this.